The summer heat is taking a lot more water, love, and care to keep the SFA Gardens up and running and thriving. East Texas News Weekend's Avery Gorman has more tonight on how they're keeping their plants alive in the heat of summer.
SFA Gardens has 5 gardens across 128 acres in Nacogdoches to tend to and upkeep on a daily basis. Dr. David Creech, the director of the garden, says this summer brings unusual circumstances.
We've gone from plenty of rain, actually a record and epic flood on May the 11th hit here at SFA and parts nearby, of course, and now we're heading off into July and we're going into a drought.
SFA Gardens gives their plants a good watering every 10 to 15 days. But Devin Stage, a garden technician over the Ruby Mize Azalea Garden, says there's a strategy to keeping everything up and running in between waterings.
What we like to use is phytometers, so such as a hydrangea, which like to wilt, pretty indicative of any drought conditions. And so we'll use them, and if they're wilted in the morning, then we know we need to water.
They will then give them a sprinkle of water to get them through to the next watering. Stage says in the summertime they also have less help around the gardens because most students are home for the summer. He says a few students are still around to help, and they have hired temporary help for the summer.
It is very difficult, but with anything that you love and care for, such as a large family, you just got to pay attention and juggle all the tasks that are on your plate, and sometimes with lack of students it does get a little heavier.
Breach says the way that they care for the plants during the summer determines their beauty and resilience when they are at their peak in the fall.
Did you get them through without burning? Because once they burn, they don't really come back until the next year. Their color will be off in the fall.
Avery Gorman, East Texas News Weekend.
Creech says home gardens can be tended to the same way as the SFA grounds are. He says watering too much can, of course, also hurt your plants.